How's it going, everyone? Baby Dragon 40 here, coming at you guys with another video. And today I got for you guys an updated hero deck profile. This is post the ban list and under Master Rule 5, so I thought I'd show you guys what I've been testing out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So to start things off, we have 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. You should be running this at 3 and not anything less. Just being able to go ahead and pop spell and trap cards or add any hero from your deck to your hand is just so versatile, and it is just too good not to run at 3. Then we have 2 copies of Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. I know what you guys are thinking, why am I running this at 2 instead of the standard 1 ratio? However, I have been testing this out in this current format, and I'm really liking this, guys. I feel you guys shouldn't knock it till you try it. But just having an extra card to go ahead and help you summon Shadow Mist to get that mass change and go into Dark Law is just really good. And so many times I find myself needing that extra normal summon because we do need more bodies on board since we have 1 Malicious that we can get on board now. So I'm really liking Solid Soldier at 2, and for now he's going to stay at 2 in the deck. And then we have the 2 copies of Shadow Mist, 1 copy of Liquid Soldier, and the 1 copy of Honest Neos. Honest Neos has been the MVP as of lately. I've been facing a lot of Shadow invoked decks, and a lot of times when they have Wind out, I can't really find myself getting over it, and the only way I can get over it is if I normal summon Stratos and add Honest Neos to hand and just run it over, and then main phase 2 make the plays go off from there. So Honest Neos has been coming in clutch. So that rounds off the Elemental Hero targets. Then for Vision Heroes, we have 3 copies of Ferris, 2 copies of Increase, 2 copies of Vana. I don't really think there's much to say here. This is the standard ratio of Vision Heroes to run. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and move on to the Destiny Heroes. So we're running 2 copies of Malicious. Sadly, he's at 2 instead of 3. I wish he was still at 3. Well, I feel this is kind of, in a way, a good thing for us hero players. It makes us want to play the deck, at least me personally, more conservatively instead of aggressive. Because I feel a lot of times we hero players are very reckless and we just spam the board with our fusions and then only to be met by a lightning storm the next turn, and therefore, you know, making us a glass cannon, which is what this deck is. It's a glass cannon. However, losing that extra extender, I feel we have to be more conservative with our plays and not just spam the board recklessly. Next off, we have the 1 Celestial, 1 Dynatag, and the newest addition to the deck, 1 copy of Draw Hand. Before, I really did not play Draw Hand because I just didn't like the fact of giving my opponent an extra card to their hand. However, if you have Dark Law on the field when you go ahead and summon Draw Hand, they're not really gaining that hand advantage because you're just going to go ahead and get rid of one of their cards that they drew off of Draw Hand as well. So they're still staying at the same amount of cards while you are plussing. So I'm really liking Draw Hand for now. And then lastly, Plasma. I've been hearing a couple people wanting to cut Plasma, but I don't understand why you would want to cut a walking skill drain that is made specifically for your deck. Having a skill drain is just too good. As you see, like Eldritch players, they main skill drain, and that skill drain alone is very devastating to many decks. So I don't know why people would cut Plasma. And for the last hero card, we have Evil Hero Adjusted Gold. So that rounds off the monsters. Up next, we have the spells. 3 copies of Fusion Destiny, 3 copies of Mass Change, 3 copies of Emergency Call. So I feel these are very standard. You should be running them at 3. Okay, then we have the 1 Rhoda to pair with the E-Call, and then 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone and 1 Regeki. If I had Lightning Storms, these would definitely be Lightning Storms, but since I don't, you gotta work with what you got and improvise. I feel you definitely do need some additional spell and trap removal aside from Stratos. Especially if your opponent like has something like Mystic Mine and they're using it against you. It's always good to have something like that, and especially Orcus that I feel are going to be playing a lot more now with the release of Eternity Code coming soon, and their new gear suit. They're going to be a lot more powerful, and they can just go ahead and help you remove cards like Babel. And then Regeki, since we are playing a going second build, you want to break boards as much as possible. Then I have 1 Monster Reborn. This is also a new addition to the deck. I wasn't playing it before, but with 1 less Malicious to help be that extra extender, I feel we needed another card to go ahead and help bring out extenders. And I feel Monster Reborn works really well in the deck. It can special summon Shadow Mist to get you that match change. It can special summon Stratos to get its effect, or you could even special summon Ferris to go ahead and add an increase and go ahead and go off. So I'm really liking Monster Reborn. And then we have the 1 Dark Calling, 1 Polymerization, 1 Miracle Fusion, and the 1 Hero Lives. So that runs off the spell lineup. And for the last 3 cards in the deck, we run 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. This deck struggles going against decks that stop you from special summoning or limit your summons, like Shuttle Invoked. And a lot of times, if I don't have, let's say that Stratos, but I do have the Impermanence, I can go ahead and Impermanence that window to just go ahead and help my plays go off. So the deck is currently at 44 cards. Alright, up next, we're going to go ahead and go into our extra deck. We are running your standard 2 Master of Dark Laws, the 1 Anki, and the 1 Acid. Then for the Elemental Heroes, we are running 1 Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, 1 Elemental Hero Sunrise, and 1 Elemental Hero Escuridao. Then we're running 1 copy of Vision Hero Trinity, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dystopia, 1 copy of Dangerous, and 1 Malicious Bane. And for the links, we're still sticking with our 2 Cross Crusaders, the Wonder Driver, and the Dread Decimator. Some people are cutting Dread Decimator just because, you know, we really don't need it for the links, but I don't feel that's the reason we should cut it, because we still can use him for the attack boost that he gives heroes. And remember guys, heroes are meant to go ahead and help OTK, so a lot of times you do need that extra attack boost just to finish your opponent off. So that runs off the extra deck. Let's go ahead and go into our side deck. For our side deck, we have 3 copies of Evenly Matched, 3 copies of Nibiru, 3 copies of Twin Twisters. Then for the best side deck card that I'm using, 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. I feel this should be a staple in most side decks, especially with how popular Adamantipator is right now. A lot of times, like cards like Ash Blossom or Evenly Matched alone can't stop them, because they can just play through Ash Blossom and they can play through Nibiru. Like, it's crazy. I've seen them play through Nibiru so many times, and a lot of times I feel Dark Ruler No More is one of the only cards that can actually break their board, because you just Dark Ruler No More, then you wipe their board with your monsters. And then lastly, 3 copies of Mystic Mind. I know hero players have mixed feelings about this card. They either like playing it in a going second build, or they despise this card. However, it's a really good card if you're using it to your advantage to help stop decks from spamming. Especially a lot of decks are really fast and can just spam the board too fast, and heroes can't really break it as easily. So why not use a card that is available to us to help do that? Alright guys, so that rounds off my hero deck profile. Let me know what you guys think of it. Comment down below if you guys feel I should test out some different side deck cards, like I have been testing out Prohibition, or let me know if you think I should test out something else in the main. This is currently what I've been working with and I've been liking so far. However, it's really hard to tell since the only match that I'm getting in are through Dueling Book, since we have no locals still. But yeah, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe the video. Let me know if you guys want some new hero combos. Post the ban list with only 2 Malicious, and Baby Dragon 48 out.